Saulo Lincio.
Barbosa.
Hey?
Also known as Barbosa.
Yeah, that's right. That's from where you're from, eh?
Yeah, we always get mums and dad last name. Chucking our name, yeah.
Lincio Barbosa. Or Barbosa Lincio.
Barbosa Leoncio, yeah.
Leoncio. Yeah, because I know Samuel's in my phone as Barbosa.
Is it? Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my Facebook is Barbosa. I think it's just easier to pronounce.
More common name.
You might
Like
come
Smith.
Leoncio.
like Buckley. No.
It's good to have you on, Saulo.
Yeah,
It's
man.
been a,
Sorry, man.
you've been a part of Chapel how long? 7 years?
No, not that long. Maybe 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And what's happened in your life?
happening?
What's happened?
The question would be like, what is not happening? Well, in general, I just work, church, being part of the worship, looking after my family,
Yeah.
my beautiful wife, Manu, my beautiful son. He's turning 2 in a couple of
Wow.
months.
Yeah, Thomas.
Yeah, and working hard.
Yeah, good. Good. And what's Thomas up to? Just full on?
I'll just ask God because.
Help
No, he's pretty active for a kid.
Yeah.
Like how majority of the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a
So
dude.
always running around, want to play and destroying stuff in the house.
Yes.
Loving it, eh?
No.
Loving life, eh?
Oh, he loves it life. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no drama with him.
Yeah.
Cool boy, yeah. But no stop though.
So he's like you when you were growing up.
Pretty much, yeah. Now, funny story because my mother-in-law, she came from Brazil for 5 weeks for holidays.
Yeah.
And before she landed here, she was like, "No, I'm gonna take him back home." You know, just like as a joke, like, "Oh, bring him down like to Brazil. Like, he can spend 6 months here and whatever." And after 2 weeks leaving with us, she goes like, "Nah, thanks. he can stay forever here."
He's a Barbosa.
I mean, he's a full on.
That's so good.
Yeah.
There must be a brother or sister on the way soon.
Oh yeah, there's plans on that. Just need to wait for other things coming first. Yeah, I want to have like a baby girl.
Yeah,
Be
come on.
Yeah, I always want to. So
Yeah,
the second one comes as a girl, so it's top there. Yeah.
Choice.
Would you say stop there?
Yeah, just 2 kids. I think is enough. No?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. There's another important person not in this room that has a sort of deciding factor.
That's right. Just that. Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's good. So you're brought up in Brazil.
Brought up in Brazil.
Siblings, tell us a little bit about your...
My family back
yeah.
up. Yeah. So I've been brought up by a beautiful family. Yeah, my parents, my father, my mom, and then 2 siblings. My older sister, and my younger brother Samuel, who comes to chapel as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good childhood upbringing. Growing up, brought up in church. Father's a pastor. He's retired now, but yeah. So I've been heavily involved in church. So good principles and so on. Yeah, went to high school. Just a standard life. Going to church Sunday to Sunday. Playing church, being part of the church community all my life.
Wow.
Yeah. Good.
Wow.
It was a good life, can't complain.
You always played the guitar and sang?
Yeah, I started playing when I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
For the need of the church. Because the church because basically the church I was going to start in my house as like a connect group. And they start growing, and they found a place and then it was a proper church. So there was a need for someone to play something because I was the pastor's son, the PK. Oh, you got to learn how to play. So my father just arranged someone to teach me how to play it. So I started playing guitar, and my brother started playing drums. My sister used to sing, and my brother-in-law, who got married to my sister, was the keyboard player. So it was all family, all the band, and also the family. Yeah.
How many services on a Sunday?
On Sunday, it was just one service at night.
Yeah.
But we have like a biblical study every Monday morning.
Right. Monday
Sorry,
morning.
Sunday morning. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a thing, I think, from back home. They just split it up in different groups, like adults, kids, and just have like a biblical or Bible study every Sunday. It's like a banquet, but every Sunday morning. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then you just come together for worship and prayer and
Yeah.
preacher
Yes.
on Sunday night.
Sunday night. And then sometimes we got worship practice in the afternoon as well.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I would just get in church 8 o'clock in the morning and stay all day there.
I was gonna say, when you say sometimes, you mean all the time.
Like me every weekend. Yeah. That's good. Keep me out of the street. So
Wow. Were you growing up in a nice area in Brazil?
not the nicest, but not the worst.
Not like
yeah, not favelas. No, no. We had water, the pump water and stuff. We had electricity and everything.
Wow.
No, it was good. Some of my friends became robbers and got shot, but yeah, it's all good.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty normal. Like because it came from like a sort of middle class thing, so it was a mix of people with money, people with no money.
yeah.
Where like at high school, we got people with a lot of money, people with no money.
Yeah.
And my friends were normally with no money, so yeah. But it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. And when did you decide to move to Australia?
I decided
Tell us about that.
I decided when I was 25
Yeah.
years old. Yeah, I just had that in my heart. God spoke to me a few times before I leave Brazil, saying, "Oh, you got plans for you outside of Brazil. Get ready." I got like 3 different people come up to me and say, "Oh, God's gonna take you out of Brazil for some reason." But I think the first time I heard that was 19 years old,
Wow.
and I was like, yeah, okay. I was in the middle of the university. I was like, yeah, whatever you prophesying, it's okay. If it's meant to happen, it's gonna come to pass.
Yeah.
But I sort of forgot about it. I dated a girl. I thought I would get married to get that girl. And then that relationship didn't work out. And I was like 22, 23. And God again spoke over my life, like, you got to get ready to leave. Like even say, start learning English. You start studying
Wow.
language where you're going to. And then I spent 2 years saving the money and then trying to study English back home. And then when I turned 25, I was like, time to go. So I sold my car, sold all my whatever I had. I just sold and came to Australia. Yeah.
Wow. Just by yourself,
By
out of
myself.
the blue.
Yeah.
You didn't know where you were going to go in Australia, or?
No, I didn't know it was Gold Coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have someone here, or?
No, I didn't have anyone. No, I went just through start researching the cities and costs of living and stuff like that. And I found Bonn University.
Bonn, yeah.
Bonn University do have a nice English course because my idea was like I want to come 6 months, learning as much English as I can, so I can come back and get a better job.
Oh, you go back to Brazil.
Yes.
Right.
I don't know how I was staying for good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a plan because I was working in IT industry.
Yeah.
So back home, if you speak like English or Spanish, you got a better opportunities.
Oh, wow.
Because there's a lot of international. There's a lot of American influence in Brazil. So there's a lot of American companies in Brazil that if you speak English, you got a good job. So because before I came to Australia, I lost a few jobs because I didn't speak English.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I got to go. And then God's telling me to go. Maybe that's the reason why I need to go. I don't know. And then I came for 6 months, studied at Bonn University. And then, it's been 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, 8 years, yeah.
When people leave their country and their church of origin and all that, often they like blow out and just let loose. Was that you?
In a way, yes. I
Right.
think, especially being brought up in a church and religious, and I'm not gonna say in a prison, but
Like a bubble.
the bubble and a lot of restrictions, like you can't do this and this and that.
Yeah.
And then there's always everyone watching you.
Yeah.
Everyone, anyone, especially when you're past a kid.
Okay.
You can't do anything wrong. There's people like, oh, you can't do that. That comes from your father as well. Like, you can't do that because other people are going to talk crap about me. No, I doesn't care about you. It's like about my reputation in my church, you know? And I understand that.
Yeah.
When I landed in Australia, I went straight to church. I was doing well. And then after a while, sway a little bit because you sort of got freedom. And then you start experience a lot of different things, you know, meet a lot of different people, especially in Australia, a lot of people from all over the country, all over the world. So yeah.
So you found was that good for you, or you learnt a lot in that season?
No, it's good for me.
Yeah.
I think I think the main point when you move out your home country is you learn who you are.
Right.
Because especially in a church environment, sometimes you just get told what to do, and then you don't try to work it out yourself, who you are, where you're going to go, what are you going to do, what God has for you. I think leaving that bubble, as you said, and then landing in a different country sort of open your mind to try and find out who exactly you are. Like, what do you, who you are, what do you like to do?
Yeah, grow up,
and grow up and man up, and because you're by yourself basically. So it's like, I don't have mum and dad, I don't have my brother and sister next to me, so I can do whatever I want. So I'll just pursue who I am.
Yeah. And how did your how did your relationship with your mum and dad go once you moved out? Like,
well, with my mum before she passed, it was pretty good. Like, it was pretty constant, like calling, messages. She used to pray heaps for me and stuff like that. My dad, he's more like conservative, so his question was just like, you got enough money to survive? It's like when I called him, spoke like half an hour with my mum, and it's like, okay, talk to your dad. And he just asked these questions, dad questions. You're all right, you're alive, you're healthy, you got money? Yeah, okay, talk to your mum now. Yeah. But yeah, my relationship with my father and my mum has been always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. And what are some of the things you've learnt about yourself since you've been here in the 8 years?
Something that I learned, it was I don't have to please everyone.
Yeah.
Because the way I was brought up was like, you got to do everything right and please everyone around you, because where you are and the position you chuck in, you throw in. And now it's like, I can make my own decisions and I don't have to please everyone. I think it was the main thing for me.
Yeah. So who do you have to please then?
God.
Yeah.
That's the only person to please.
Yeah.
I think it was the biggest lesson.
Yeah. When you're with your faith, you're brought up in the church. So that's from zero.
Mm-hmm.
From when you were zero.
No, I was like 2, 3 years old. Yeah, pretty much zero. Yeah.
When was the time where you believed?
I think it was I always believed. I always had the faith in my heart. I knew God exists. It's like God is real, because I have a lot of evidence, especially back home when you see people get like possessed, and then you see people casting out devil and demons, and then you see people get prophesied, people get healed. So I knew God was real.
Yeah.
There was a lot of evidence right in front of me.
Right.
However, I think I came to God and Jesus here in Australia.
Wow.
Especially when I moved to Chapel. So I had the right people around me to point out what I had to change.
Yeah.
And I was like, because like I saw God working through my heart when I actually started coming to Chapel.
Yeah.
Because I was just used to play worship, and then that's why I was like, that's what I knew. Just playing church, do the worship. Doesn't matter what you do outside church. Just serve the Lord and you're fine.
Right.
And then when I came to Chapel, I was like, I don't care if you play or not. What about your heart towards God? That's why I was like, I think I need to actually start changing my heart.
Yeah, wow.
And actually, because it was all based on works before.
Yeah.
And now it's like, of course, there's works, but there's a faith and a trust in God as well.
Yeah, because I did notice, like, when we did Purple Book with that Brazilian group, like, you knew a lot from the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Just because you're brought up.
Yeah. Because all the Bible studies on Sundays and Wednesday night. Yeah.
You just know it's just sort of inherent in you when you're around it all the time.
Well, I was going to say, like, it's not, that is just what it is, because you're playing as a kid. That's just your walk.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you just, you just serve, so it was just something that happened here that, like, where you were like, man, I have to focus on my walk or like look at myself.
I think it was, I was living on the fence for a long time.
What?
Living on the fence.
Living on the fence.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was doing stuff in church, serving God, but at the same time have other issues that I was not dealing with. So I had to get that thing right. Because I was being like hypocrite, doing something in church, knowing the Bible but not actually living out.
Yeah, right.
That's why you say, and Marshall says, like, you know, but you don't do it, you don't know.
Yeah.
So I was on that. I knew it, but I didn't know because I wasn't doing
Yeah.
the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It eats away at you, when you're living two lives,
Yeah, there's a story I heard once. Jesus is on one side of the fence and the devil is on the other side of the fence. And Jesus is always talking to you when you're top of the fence. Like, come to my side. I got plans for you. I got this and that. And the devil never says anything. And then the person asks the devil, why you never asked me to come to your side? And he said, because I own the fence. So if you're on the fence, you're already with me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's the first time I heard it. I was like, oh, being on the fence, I'm already with the devil. Not literally, but you know.
I like that. I get the
You
point
get
of that.
the
Yeah. That's good.
I haven't heard that before.
Yeah.
That's really good. I like going to steal that.
Yeah, Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Because he's like, man, you're on the fence. You're just where I need you to be.
Yeah, it's because they're
Just dabble your feet here and there. Just chill. Just don't do anything.
That's what I want for you. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
That's right, man.
So what was the turning point? What was the turning point for that realization to get off the fence and go full on?
The turning point, I think, was when I was not doing I don't want to open up everything. But
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, when I was not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I got caught up in that. And then I have you guys, Chapel, Marshall, Dan, Pike here, just pointing me out and calling me out, like, telling me off, basically. It's like, man, you're going to choose. You rather go and do whatever you want to do, but that's not the right thing, or you come and follow Jesus properly and 100%. And I was on that. And I spent like a few weeks thinking, oh, man, I'm like, just knock me down. And like, just, oh, man, I need to decide. That so I didn't have my parents, going back to that, I didn't have my parents to decide for me. And I was like, man, I need to do my own decisions or make my own decisions. Sorry. So it's like, yeah, I want to do the right thing. I'm going to start making the right decisions. And then when I got married, I have the baby. And I was like, oh, I need to line up my life and go back on track. I think for me in particular, getting married was a turning point for me to actually, man. And of course, getting married, you understand a bit more about fatherhood, being a father. You understand more a bit. Yeah, I don't know. It's just opening your minds for different ways.
Yeah,
as a man.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You enjoy being a dad?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's challenging, but I love it.
Yeah.
I love spending time with family and with the boy. Yeah,
It's amazing.
it's great. It's a nice picture.
Yeah.
And now I understand more my dad as well. You know, all the restrictions that he put in place when I was younger. I was like, oh, maybe I need to do the same with Thomas. You know?
Yeah.
Is there a little bit of like, oh, but I won't do this, but I won't do that?
Yeah, heaps of it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was the same.
But then you find yourself doing those
Yes.
things.
Yeah. I'm not going to be like this.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
I sound exactly like that.
Yeah.
So,
You hear your parents coming out of your voice
Totally.
and you're like, whoa, stop, man.
Wow.
yeah, it's in your blood. It's in your subconscious. It's hard to control, but yeah.
In changing, like in choosing, yes, I'm going this way. Like, I got to go because you're given an ultimatum and you're like, I'm going left or I'm going right, whatever. What's been the most significant change that you've felt in walking in that direction? Like in like saying yes to God? Like what's something significant that's happened with him?
With him, I think 'cause I could hear God's voice more clearly. Because I was relying a lot on other people to tell me what God wants for me.
Oh, wow.
Especially going after like prophecies and stuff like that. I was really caught up on that. So I was always waiting or going after someone to tell me what to do and what God has for me. And then on that turning point, I was like, nah, I need to start asking God directly.
Yeah, nice.
Not just praying, oh, God, put right people in my life so they can guide me and tell me what to do. And I think I had to mature a little bit more to go direct to God and direct to the Word of God and praying myself and trying to get input from God directly. Of course, God's always going to use people around you.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think there's things that you're going to search yourself, God, like just you and God.
Yeah.
Like Jesus went to the mount every morning, to the hill, to seek God by himself, not with the disciples.
That's that would take quite a bit of a change. Because when you're brought up in that environment, it's easy just to rely on what's inherently in you.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like even my kids, they've been brought up in it. So they just know stuff without even learning it. So to do that would require a conscious effort, decision, follow through. That would have been a challenge.
It is a challenge to these days, yeah.
Yeah. Because, in some ways, you're blessed more than most.
Yeah.
Because of your heritage.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Brought up in the presence of the Lord. It's pretty unique. But then to actually etch it out yourself is tough.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
So well done.
Thanks.
Because everyone has to do that hard road, eh? At some point.
Yeah. At some point.
Yeah, you can run for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the older you get.
Yeah.
More responsibilities and more ownership of stuff you got to take.
Tell us about the whole visa situation, like how that works here in Australia, because that's quite a lot of perseverance. Did you feel like giving up at times and going go back to Brazil?
Yeah, so it took me 2 years to get a sponsorship. So basically it's a company paying you and give you a visa to work for them and stay in Australia.
Okay.
So it took me 2.5 years to get that
To
job,
find someone.
To find that job, yeah. That job actually found me. No, I didn't find that.
Right.
So yeah, between on these 2 years, I was uncertain. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna stay or not. And I went to Brazil for holidays. When I came back, I had no money, and I was on the fence in a good way. Like, should I stay? Should I go?
Oh yeah.
And I remember I had no money. I was living with Real Vista Boys. I don't know if you were with us still, but I was living with the Real Vista Boys. And then my money was running out because I went back to Brazil to grab a diploma or my university certificate, so I could come back and use that for my visa, for my qualification, so I got to be more qualified for a visa or to get a sponsorship. And I was working for an English school, and they said, "I'll go back home, grab your certificate, come back, I'll give the sponsor." I was like, "Oh, happy days! That's great." Especially on the Gold Coast, it's really tough to find that type because it's not as big as other cities, so it's hard to find those kind of opportunities. I was like, "Yo, happy days!" I went to Brazil. I spent all the money I had, like $2,000, to fly to Brazil. Came back. I was like, "Yeah." Now I got my certificate, and I went back to the job, and they let me off. I was like,
"Oh,
that's
sad."
Yeah, sad. I was like, "Oh man!" And then it was a good job. I was doing IT stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, that's gonna work out." And then they got let. I was like, "Oh, what am I gonna do now?" And then I have no money because I spent all the money on the flight back home, and I started just going back like washing cars and doing dishwashing and stuff like that. And one day I was pretty sad. I was like, "God, I don't want that," because I had a good life back home, good job, good family, good church. And I was like, "Oh, I think that's it. The 2.5 years, I think that what the God has for me." And then I remember that night I went downstairs, and I was like, I couldn't sleep because I didn't have the money, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, "God, if it's that meant for me to go back now, that's fine. But I don't want to go back because you told me 3 times before I come here. You prophesied over me that I would stay and I would bless other people's here. What's going on?" And I remember that was Wednesday night. I couldn't sleep. On the next day, I got a phone call from the guy that actually gave me the sponsor visa.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty random. It was all through the previous church I was going to.
Yeah.
A friend of mine went to his house. He used to date the owner, the guy owner, they own the company daughter, and at the dinner he start discussing and talking about they need someone with IT background to work for him. So he gave him a call. I want to come for an interview. I can give you sponsorship. I was like, man, that was pretty quick. I prayed last night, and then they come now. Spot on. And I was like, yeah, why not? And then I started working for them, and I worked for like 5 years until I get the actually visa, because you gotta work for a period of time, like a few years.
Wow.
For their
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then to be eligible for the permanent residence visa.
So they sponsor you.
Yep.
So now you've got your permanent residency.
Yeah, and I'm already applying for like the citizenship.
Awesome.
So apply you on Wednesday, actually. Yeah.
So good.
So the citizenship's the easy part. It's the permanent resident. That's the
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
that's the tough one, right?
Yeah,
And expensive.
Yeah, the citizenship is just
Time.
couple of documents and time and
And
pay
ceremony.
a fee. Yeah,
Yeah.
just apply online. It's
Okay.
not difficult. Yeah.
So your PR,
Mm-hmm.
roughly, how much would it have cost you to become a permanent resident? You reckon? All the
With
applications.
the family and
and-
the kid,
yeah.
25 grand.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
That's
amazing.
normal. Everyone pays that. It's not
Yeah,
just-
that's what I mean though. It's that's
I think the big fee is the solicitor fee,
yeah, of course.
because you pay a fee for the
Lawyer.
immigration, which is like, I don't know, 2.5 grand per person, sorry, and then you have another 10 grand from the solicitor, because they have to apply for you.
Put it all together.
Yeah, put it together, all the doctor together.
Wow.
It's a bit different. Marrying an Aussie's about half price.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
How crazy is that? You come over here and marry a Brazilian.
Yeah.
yeah. I just try. Yeah, let's just make it easier. I think
Where did what city did she come from?
she come from Porto Alegre, which is like south, like the south state, and I come from São Paulo, which is like middle. She's
Oh.
like from Melbourne. I'm from like Sydney. Like it's
Oh, okay.
yeah,
There's no
Yeah.
favelas there though.
no,
No favelas.
What, from where she's from?
It's nice.
it's nice area. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She's more like country thing, I think.
Okay.
She's more
Not
like
less populated.
yeah.
Wow. That's
Mm.
amazing. So
Yeah.
you met over here. You met here?
Yeah, we met one of the Brazilian connects.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah,
And then you got married. How long ago? Married? 2 years.
2
Wow.
years ago.
That's awesome. Oh, that's right. It was here.
Was
I
it?
remember that.
High space.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's so good.
yeah, it's great, man.
Yeah. And little Thomas, 2 years old.
Nearly.
So good.
Wow.
Yeah. Time flies.
That's
Time
full on.
flies.
What now? Oh, first, what's God saying now?
What God's saying now, I'm trying to work it out. To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't have that clear in my mind.
Yeah.
I pretty much having faith and trusting.
Yeah.
Whatever decision I make, he guide me and show me if that wrong or not. I'll
Yeah.
find out. Yeah. So now, yeah.
That's cool.
And then what's the plan for you and the family now? It's allowed to be disclosed.
The plan now is we're gonna move to another city in Australia for job reason. Yeah, because I spent a lot of, as I said, 5-6 years on the same company for the sponsorship. So now I'm free to do whatever.
Spread your wings a bit.
Spread my wings
Yeah.
and go more exposure and more experience to other things in my career. I
Yeah.
would say.
And you've wanted that for a while, eh? You've wanted to be doing
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah, because everything I sort of tried to do in my life, I tried to plan. Even like coming to Australia, I planned like two years pre-order camp, like the money, how much I'm going to spend, like where I'm going to stay. So I was all planning. I could stay here for 6 months or not working. That's why I always try to plan ahead, like beforehand. Like I want to get, and then I know where I want to get, and that what I do for living. But I know there's a journey I need to go through it to learn what I have to learn to get where I want to.
Nice.
And then that opportunity, I didn't want to go, but that opportunity will open that door.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's more like, I don't want to get into details.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Stepping stones.
That's, and then staying here or the work or the job I was previously would not take me there.
Yeah.
I was stagnated on that position, and I don't want that.
No.
Especially with IT, right? It's
Yeah.
changing and growing so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not IT as such, but it's related to
Okay.
IT. It's like it's electronic security.
Okay.
So basically, what I do here, is more residential and commercial. So we do like buildings like that. I was doing residential towers and stuff like construction, and then the opportunity I'll be more exposed to the government sites.
Wow.
So I'm gonna work for the Australian Border Force, Defence Force, more as government institutions, which use different systems and different requirements, different clearances, and so on and so forth. So it's more. I want to learn that because I know that's gonna take to be a consultant back in like down the track.
Yeah. Do you think digital ID is good?
What was that?
Do you think digital identification is good?
Straight.
No.
Straight.
I'm sorry.
Like your ID is digital, like facial recognition and
Oh yeah.
that
You think that's good?
If it's that good,
Do you think it's good?
well, it depends on what you use for.
Is it ever used for good?
Maybe not. I don't think everything the government does is good, but maybe. Oh, yeah, that's what we do. We do a lot of camera system that can identify people in airports, in ports. So that's for the
And now that
security,
everyone's
national security is good to use.
and now that everyone's programmed to social distance, it's easier.
Oh, the cameras can do that. The cameras can look at a venue or a place and tell you how many people are there and then how close they are to each other.
Yeah.
So you can go there and tell them off, like get away from each
how
other.
crazy, eh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Technology can do a lot of things these days.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Oh well, at least we'll have an inside man.
He's wearing a black jacket.
Shut it all down, Saulo.
Yeah.
Shut it all down.
Hit the switch. Oh man, that's pretty exciting.
Mm.
How's Manu feel?
Oh, she's she's yeah, she's excited. I'm more like the rational asset of the marriage.
Yeah.
As a normal man, I'm more rational, and then she understands that. And then of course, there's a lot of attachment to me and to her here, which I would probably regret going after a while. But yeah, she's happy to the challenge, and I think it's part of her growth as well, to learn something different, because she's at the stage of her life where Thomas is going to kindy full time, so she can choose what she wants to do.
Yeah, right.
And she wants to work. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to be stay home mum. So it's gonna be good for her to open all the doors as well, so she can learn something different and find out for herself why she wants to do it. And then where we're going to, there's more doors. Not more doors, but more different diversity opportunities, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Is it Sydney?
Sydney.
Yeah.
South Sydney, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you got a place lined up?
Yeah.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah. We're staying Cronulla.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's good because the office is in Cronulla. I'm going to live in Cronulla.
Oh, yeah.
5 minutes from work.
Oh,
1 block from the beach. So I won't be living that craziness of the
Jeez.
CBD or traffic. I won't be
Yeah.
sitting in traffic for 3 hours a day.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's why I'm going. Otherwise, I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was doing here already, driving to Brisbane. That was the big factor, actually. Like, there's a lot of opportunities in Brisbane.
Yeah, of course.
And I want to avoid the trafficking
Yeah.
up and down, especially now it's getting
Busy.
really busy.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's handy working
Yeah.
close to home.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, well, you better to have that would be 2.5, 3 hours a day, Gold Coast to Brisbane, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 2.5 hours
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah, depending.
Sometimes more.
If you got an accident or something, you will be sitting
Yeah,
there forever.
So that, time is so valuable.
Mm.
Hey,
Especially
time
with my baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate, time is so valuable. So if you can be, you'd much rather have less. Actually, you'd much rather have less in the bank, but have more time with what's most important, I reckon.
Mm.
You know.
I agree. Yeah.
So, well done. That'll be good. So when do you move?
In 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. Yeah, driving down.
I'm driving down. Yeah, they flying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big move.
Yeah.
Costing my arm and my legs, but it's good. Nah, company's paying, so it's fine.
Right.
And it's good. Samuel's here, eh? Your brother.
Yeah, my brother's here. It's
Yeah.
good. Coming back after 2 years. He's trended in Brazil because of the COVID-19.
Oh yeah.
Is he going to stay?
Yeah,
Will he end up in Sydney?
No, he's gonna stay.
Yeah, good.
Got his own family.
We'll keep one Barbosa up here.
Yeah, no, he's happy down here.
Yeah.
He got a long years ahead to get this visa, so
Yeah.
it's his time to work 5 years for someone else.
Oh, is he on the
No.
sponsor part?
Oh, yeah, no.
He's the 2 years trying to find the sponsorship.
Oh.
And he's going
That's
to,
Yeah, so the first phase,
That's
first
cool.
stage. Yeah.
Have you enjoyed playing with him again though?
Great.
Yeah.
I love playing Chapel, man. It's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you enjoyed playing with him
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, definitely. We play all live together, so
Yeah.
playing together again now.
It's very special.
It's just special, especially in
Yeah.
a different country, in different language,
Wow.
different style, different everything.
We don't understand anything that's going on. We're having so much fun.
Just jam.
Yeah.
Musically, who follows who?
Like skill-wise.
I think he's more skilled than me. He's more skilled than me.
Right.
He's more dedicated because he spent like 2 years just doing that for a living. So
Wow.
he was teaching drums to like kids or other people. So he's like him playing secular places. So making money doing that. I never done that.
Yeah.
So he actually studied music.
Music.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't.
right.
So I was just jamming church, following the chords, like that's it, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. I never actually got into deeply. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty good, eh?
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah.
He was like 4 years old when he first started.
What?
Yeah. It's really young. Oh, I got, yeah.
You reckon Thomas follow his uncle or his dad?
I hope he follows Jesus now. Don't know, man. Don't know. Oh, all the kids, they love drums because of the
Yeah,
noise.
it's true.
I hope not because it's pretty noisy.
It's so noisy.
Yeah, I think Zach got a
Yeah.
drum, so yeah.
So noisy.
So, don't know. I think based on his personality, he would be a drummer.
He's going to be on the drums.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's
That's
cool.
what happened, yeah.
Oh, it's been good having you here on the Gold Coast.
Oh,
You have changed a lot. You have matured a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
It's been great.
You
I
guys
don't-
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see it, but, God's good. No, it's awesome, bro.
Yeah. I think it's good to see. It's nice to see. Yeah. Because you were sort of stuck in religion there. Hey, ticking your box. And
Religion and traditions.
it's quite I think it's quite easy to do. I think it's quite easy for people
Yeah.
to do.
It's
For
comfortable.
sure.
It's comfortable. So, yeah, no, well done.
Thanks.
You've got responsibilities now and you're growing and getting bigger shoulders.
Jesus' blood is life, man. So good. No.
And your kids change you, man. They
Oh,
they change you.
Mm.
Your wife changes you, and
Mm.
that's a good thing. So,
Change for good. Yeah.
yeah, I agree. So well done. Look after your family. I'm glad we got this done before you
Yeah, true.
Yeah, good timing.
well, we had a chance to.
Yeah.
So good.
You never know, man. I'll be back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, so do I.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. Gold Coast is something special.
Yeah.
So,
I
well,
don't
I'm
know,
certainly not going to plant a chapel down there. So.
you know.
Well,
You never know.
you can never say never,
Yeah.
but I didn't say never.
You said certainly.
Certainly.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
From my horizon, what I can see, I don't think. But yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
So thanks, Saulo, for sharing with us.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks
mate.
for coming on.
It's awesome, man. Bless
Is
you.
that, you press the button up?
You can
Yeah.
press it. He can press it.
You can press it.
Which
He
one's
can
that?
press it.